Hey guys, Demon here. This is the intro, not the actual video, but hope you enjoy it. Hey guys, Demon here, and today we are going to do a Steven Universe theory video. I've been thinking about this since the episode The Trial. I've been thinking about who truly shattered Pink Diamond. I do have a video out on that episode in general, and I will put it in the description below if you want to watch that theory video. It has a whole bunch of stuff in there, although it is like just a black screen, so just lie back and listen to it. You don't need to watch it because there's nothing on the screen. But anyways, this theory video, I should say, not episode. This theory video is going to specifically go around who shattered, or who might have shattered Pink Diamond, or who shattered, who helped shatter, who might have shattered, Pink Diamond, and, just that in general. So first off, we are going to go through all 4 diamonds. I know you're wondering, why would you include Pink Diamond? Well, you're going to have to wait until we include Pink Diamond. First one we're going to do is the Yellow Diamond, of course. The one that has the most, the one that seems the most afraid of finding out the truth, I should say. Then we're going to do Blue Diamond, and we're going to see, I'm going to say a few things in there that might make her the Shatterer, the Shatteree. And then we're going to do White Diamond, and then Pink Diamond. And throughout this, we're going to discuss Rose's involvement in the shattering, if she even had one at all, or why she would do it with the other diamonds. So first off, let's start off with Yellow Diamond. So we're going to do motives, but let's discuss why she seems to be the most likely suspect. So at first, when we met Yellow Diamond, Paradox said the Earth is teeming with life, and we should stop the cluster from destroying this planet. And Yellow Diamond said organic life. And then when we found out that Pink Diamond was shattered on Earth because Earth was her colony, I assumed that meant Yellow Diamond hated organic life because Pink Diamond was shattered because of organic life. But that might not be the case. And also, Yellow Diamond seems to be the most adamant, the most admitted, the most, I don't know how to say that word. I think of the word. The most adamant, the most adamant to not want to find out the truth in the trial. She was the most adamant not to want to find out the truth. She was very angry. She was quick to anger, which is something that humans do when they get accused of something and they did it. Not all the time. Some humans can keep it down. And I know you're going to say, well, they're not humans, they're gems. But they're based off of human emotions, so I'm just going to assume that they're kind of like human emotions. And when humans, especially people that are a little bit skittish, get accused of something that they did, sometimes they'll get angry or sometimes they'll get upset. Not to say that if you're accused and you didn't do it, you wouldn't get upset, but you wouldn't get to the level of Yellow Diamond, at least not in my opinion. I guess some people might, but in my opinion, that just seemed a little bit sketchy, the level that she got to, the level of upsetness that she got to. It just seemed like she was hiding something. So, that said, what makes me think that Yellow Diamond helped or either shattered or helped shatter Pink Diamond? Well, let's see. When I said that she hates organic life, I personally think that Pink Diamond had somewhat control over organic material, like the trees and the flowers, kind of like Rose Quartz did when she could grow flowers and stuff. I think that Pink Diamond, I mean, not Pink Diamond, I think that Yellow Diamond despised her for that because she hates organic life. I don't know exactly why she hates organic life. Maybe she thinks it's inferior to the diamonds because organic life is just an abomination to her, maybe because of her creator, maybe, or maybe because she just finds it unorganized and unruly. Um, that's what I'm thinking. That's one of the reasons I think that she might have a grudge against her sister. Also, her sister probably wanted to solve the conflict more peacefully than with shattering a bunch of gems that they could help. I think that her sister might be something like that, where she's just like, I want to solve this more peacefully, rather than just shatter all these gems that we could, bring back into the fold. Because I feel like her sister was more on the gem side than any other diamond before her. I feel like she didn't shatter all of the negative gems, and she saved people because she wanted to have them in the zoo, and she was just more kind-hearted than all the diamonds were. So that gives me thought to think that that's probably one of the reasons why Yellow Diamond hated her so much, and also I think that Yellow Diamond hated her because she wanted, like, she didn't hate her for this, but she wanted to make the cluster, of course, which is another reason why I think she might have hated her, because the cluster needed a planet, and Yellow Diamond doesn't want to use one of her planets that's already created. She needs a planet that has lots of nutrients left and lots of other things. So she's like, I'll pick Pink Diamond's planet, and Pink Diamond probably said, no way, we're not making a cluster in my first planet. We're going to colonize this planet, and it's going to be fine. And Yellow Diamond might have been like, no, we're making a cluster. And she's like, no, we're not making a cluster. I think that might be one of the reasons, just an argument between who's, like, why can't we make the cluster and it's worth this piece of rock? Like, there's crystal gems fighting against us. We could just leave and make the cluster, and then the planet will get destroyed. Well, Pink Diamond's just like, no, I want this colony because this is my first planet. Yellow Diamond's probably say something like, well, there's plenty of other planets out there. But that's one of the reasons I think that maybe why one of the reasons that Yellow Diamond shattered her or helped shatter her. So how did Yellow Diamond shatter her if she did shatter her? So we don't know the diamond's full power set, yet when the other gems shapeshift, they usually stay the same color as they are. Like Amethyst, she'll shapeshift into a cat. She's a purple cat, and you can obviously tell it's Amethyst because she's purple. Garnet, she's like a reddish hue, so when she shapeshifts, she's just that color, but the object that she shapeshifts into. But the diamonds might be different. Maybe they can alter, like maybe they can shapeshift and alter her color. So maybe she shapeshifted into Rose Quartz to trick everybody into thinking that she was Rose Quartz. Maybe that's maybe that's how she did it. She shapeshifted into like the same color and everything to trick people. I also think that maybe she was working with Rose Quartz, probably deceitful and lying to her about like what's going to happen and stuff. 1 second. Sorry about that little fumble there. But anyways, I do think she might have been lying to Rose Quartz. Just saying how deceitful, like she's probably deceitful to Rose Quartz if she was concluding with Rose Quartz. She probably told Rose Quartz something like, if you help me shatter Pink Diamond, we'll be out of here a lot quicker. You can take this planet, and you can just let this planet live. And Rose Quartz probably thought, that sounds pretty good. This planet could live if we just get rid of Pink Diamond. And, like, the diamonds themselves are telling me that if we get rid of Pink Diamond, they'll leave. You know, at least one of them is, which is probably a little bit deceitful. So that might be what she said. And plus she wants to make the cluster, and she probably never told Rose Quartz about the cluster. Or maybe, just maybe, Rose Quartz was with the diamonds all along. That's probably not going to come true because she did make Steven and stuff. But that could be a possibility. Maybe she was with the diamonds all along, and she was uh, keeping tabs on the cluster's development. I doubt it, but I'm just saying that might be it. But I'm thinking that's what the diamond said to her to get her to help, if that is the case. If Rose Quartz was the one that helped her, that's probably what she said. She probably said something like, we'll be gone a lot faster if you just shatter my sister. Rose Quartz probably said something like, why would I shatter your sister? And the diamonds probably said, because I need power. Like, I need... Her power can go to me, and we're all happy. I'm happy, you're happy, because we're gone, and yada yada. Just a very deceitful nature to Yellow Diamond, I think, if she did include Rose Quartz in there. So I do think that Yellow Diamond is the most likely one that helped or did shatter Pink Diamond herself. And I do think that there's multiple reasons why she could have done it. Like, Pink Diamond could have had organic powers, organic base powers. Pink Diamond could have been too soft-hearted and been like, oh, I want to keep these humans. I want to keep these gems that are defective. And the Diamonds didn't like that, and especially Yellow Diamond. Yellow Diamond could have wanted the cluster and more power. And to get rid of Pink Diamond would have got her that power. And then at the end, she could have deceived Rose Quartz, or maybe Rose Quartz, on the unlikely scale, might have been helping her, but very unlikely. But she probably deceived Rose Quartz into saying that they'll leave a lot quicker, and there'll be a lot more world saved from this event. So that might be why Rose Quartz was able to get to Pink Diamond. Or maybe Yellow Diamond did do something to get to Pink Diamond. Who knows how she did it? Maybe she used another Rose Quartz soldier, or maybe, as I said, her shapeshifting abilities are more advanced than any other gems. We don't know, but that's my opinion and theories and speculations on why Yellow Diamond would do this and why it would just happen that way. So anyways, let's move on to Blue Diamond. So, Blue Diamond. What if she was the one that shattered Pink Diamond? How would we know, and why would she do it? First off, personally, I don't think she did. At least that's what the show seems to be saying, that she didn't do it. But let me lay on some stuff that might like insinuate that she did. So first off, if you were to murder somebody, as in Blue Diamond murdering Pink Diamond, you would need a few things. I'm only going to talk about 3 of them right now, because I don't want to tell you guys how to murder somebody. I don't want to get in trouble. And don't murder anybody, and don't use these to murder anybody. Be good people. Anyways, so the first thing is you need a good alibi. You don't need a hazy alibi, and you don't need a crystal clear alibi. You need a good alibi. So what do I mean by hazy and crystal clear? So first off, let's say the hazy alibi. So the hazy alibi would be you going like, oh, I don't remember exactly what I did yesterday. Like, if someone died yesterday, and they asked you, where were you? What did you do yesterday? What was this? And what blah 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 blah. Bunch of questions that they would ask you. If you said, well, I don't know where I was yesterday. I don't know what this was. I don't know what this was. Or you said, well, I was here, I think, and maybe I did this, and maybe I did this. I don't really remember all of it. That puts you on top of the list. That puts you on top of the list for sure. And then you might ask, what do you mean by crystal clear alibi? I thought it was good to have like a crystal clear alibi. Or a crystal clear alibi story, or a backstory to your night. What you still need, what you should get friends to help you with, even if they weren't there with you. Hopefully they're good enough to cover up for murder. But anyways, what do I mean by a crystal clear alibi? You don't want an alibi that goes like, well, I left at this point in time to go to this mall, and then we went to this food court in this mall, I ate at this store in this mall, I ate at this store in this mall, then we went to this store, this store, this store, this store, this store, this store, and we left at this time exactly, point by point, just telling them what you did. That is a little bit suspicious. Not as suspicious as the first one, but still suspicious, I should say. Because most people do not have that kind of memory. Even the cops that are going to be asking you this question don't have that kind of memory. So they might be thinking, like, that's a little bit too clear of an alibi to have. So you gotta have it in the middle. What do I mean by have a good alibi? So first off, you say, well, I left around or at this time. You can say at this time, because you can remember if you can remember when you left, or just say around this time. You say I went to this mall, because you can remember the mall that you went to, obviously. But if there's multiple food courts in the mall, you say I went to one of the food courts. You don't say I went to this food court specifically, unless it's a very recognizable food court. Then you say I went to this very recognizable food court specifically. But if it's not a recognizable food court, just say I went to one of the food courts. And then say I ate at McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King or or A&W. Say what restaurant you ate at, unless it was like an obscure restaurant that was only in the mall. Say like, oh, I ate at a restaurant in the mall. It wasn't like a big restaurant. It was like a smaller restaurant. I think they call it something like blah, blah, blah. And I think it's only in that mall. Say something like that. Keep your story. Keep it so like you can't remember because people don't remember all the things, So like you say like, oh, I think it was called this or this or this, right? As long as you're close enough to the name, they'll be like, okay, I get it. And then you say like, oh, let's say you went to 5 stores in this mall, right? And 3 of these stores are big name brand stores that you could easily remember, and 2 of these stores are lesser stores. So you say, oh, we went to Walmart, and then we went to Fast Gas. Not Fast Gas, I guess. And then we went to like Canadian Tire, and then we went to I don't know, a different store. Then we went to the Source. Yeah, I don't know. 3 known stores that you could easily remember. And then you say, well, we went to like 2 or 3 other stores, I think. I don't remember their names, but then you try to give them like a vague name. But you just go like, yeah, those are 2 other stores that we went to, I think. I remember going to 2 other stores. I just don't remember their names, but they sold stuff like this and stuff. Just vaguely answer those kind of questions. Answer them with the big stores first, and then vaguely say like the smaller stores that you can't remember. And that's understandable that you can't remember those smaller stores. And then you say, we had a lot of we left at about this time. We left around this time, about this time, because a lot of people don't remember when they leave the mall, unless you do remember when you leave the mall, I guess. Then you could say you left the mall at this time, I guess. If you're one of those people that remember most of the times when they leave the mall. Remember, this is all on you. If you can't remember half the stuff in the mall that you did, then that's what you should be doing in your alibi. Remember, this is your alibi, but it's your lie alibi. So, just say the stuff that you probably did. So yeah, if you left the mall, who knows if you did or not. If you go to a mall and you remember this and remember that, take that and then put it into your alibi. That's what you should do. And remember, have a friend for this, so always give them your alibi first, beforehand. And then at the end you say, well, we left around this time, because most people don't remember when they leave the mall, because they're having too much fun. Unless they're on a curfew, then they remember when they leave the mall. So, that's the kind of alibi I'm saying. Not one that's crystal clear, and not one that's not crystal clear. One that suits you particularly. Like, what are you in the mall? If you go to a mall, what do you remember, what don't you remember? That's what you should be thinking. That should be your alibi. And your lie at this point. And then the third and final thing I want to say. Oh, wait. That was the first one. I took a while on the first one, didn't I? So the second thing is going to come in a second. Sorry about that little skip there. Just had to do something. But anyways, the second thing is to keep your lie straight. What do I mean by that? I mean, keep your lie straight, obviously. But anyways, let's get into how you keep your lie straight. So once you give your alibi that's good enough for you, at least, you gotta keep that alibi like perfect. You gotta say like, I did this, I did this, I did this. Don't swap out the stores. Don't swap out the food court. Don't swap out like the places that you ate and stuff like that. A lot of people can't remember this stuff, so they swap out things. They're like, oh, we went to Walmart, but instead they say we went to Zellers or something similar to that. Or they go like, oh, we went to McDonald's, but instead they say we went to A&W. Just your lies falling apart at that point, and that's not a good sign. Do not let your lie fall apart. Just keep your lie intact. Stick to your lines, as they do say. Stick to your lines, and you'll be fine. And the second thing on the lie part, do not make your lie bigger. If you don't need to make your lie bigger, don't make it bigger. Make it as big as it needs to be. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if they start asking you more questions about your alibi, just put on what you need to put on, but don't put on a bunch of stuff. Let's say, for example, you see a car crash, and then your friends say, what happened in the car crash? You're like, oh, well, a car crashed into this other car. That's kind of boring, but you say like, oh, well, I saw this in there, I saw this, and then the ambulance came, and it blew up, and then a bunch of other stuff came, and they blew up. That's just adding too much bullshit onto your lie, and it's starting to become unbelievable. So, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna lie, make it believable. Definitely make it believable. Just make it believable. That's the end of... That's pretty much the be-all, end-all of that little quote there. Just make your lie believable. Make it the right size. Don't make it too big and too dramatic. And keep your lie straight. Those are two parts of a lie that you need to keep completely under wraps. Make your lie believable. Keep your lie straight. And also, do not add on to your lie if you don't need to. I guess that's 3 things. But anyways, those are 3 things that you need for your lie. So anyways, let's move on to what do you do? What is this question? Let me think. Right back. Sorry for that little jump there. But anyways, let's get on to the third and final the third and final thing that might prove that Pink Diamond actually did have something to do with Blue Diamond actually did have something to do with Pink Diamond's shattering. So the first 2 are quite easy to get a handle on. It would have to be premeditated, by the way, if you wanted the first 2 to work very well. Because if you did this and then the next day you had to come up with this stuff, it would be hard, but it would be doable. But if you premeditate all this stuff, the first 2 are very easy. A good alibi, easily done if it's premeditated. A good lie that you can keep straight and not add anything onto it very easily. Again, easily done if it's premeditated. But this last part... This third part is probably the hardest part to do, even if it's premeditated. And what part is that? Is to keep your poker face. Or keep her poker face, I should say. Because this is about Blue Diamond, and I'm not explaining how to murder somebody. Do not murder people. Again, let me insinuate that. Anyways, how to keep her poker face. And what do I mean by poker face? I don't mean the actual poker face that you use in poker, like a dead expression and dead emotions, where you answer a question like yes, no, maybe, or I did that, or I did this. Like not like a dead poker face. I mean like a good poker face. Like it's an expression. I don't know what the hell that was. That was a little bit of a... Sorry about that. But anyways, it's an expression. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, take Blue Diamond, obviously, and she mourns a lot. She's mourning for the loss of her sister, and that's recognizable. Um, and Yellow Diamond says to get over it. To Blue Diamond. Sorry, fumbling my words here. It's been a while since I've made that, or since I made that other part. So, anyways, she says to get over it to Blue Diamond. By the way, may I say that you never really get over mourning somebody? If someone dies in your life and you actually gave a shit about that person, you never really get over them. You just kind of, you don't move on fully, but you just kind of like push them aside and move on with your life, sort of. But every once in a while you'll hear something or see something that will remind you of them, and that person will never leave your thoughts, especially if you love them. So you never really move on from mourning. You just kind of live on, I guess would be the word. You live on, and you never forget, and you just live on. But anyways, let's get back to the thing. Blue Diamond mourns a lot. And one of the reasons is because if she did shatter her, and she knew that she was dead, and she's the one that did it, I'm not saying that she wouldn't feel bad for it, because, again, she is her sister, so maybe she does feel bad for it, maybe that's the reason why she's mourning. Or a better thing would be, maybe it's because they don't have the criminal in custody. So, once they get the criminal in custody, she can finally move on. At least that's what some people think. And that's probably part of her poker face. Again, as I said, her poker face is the face that she wears. Which brings us to the trial. So, a poker face in a situation like this, you have to be good at keeping your emotions at check. You have to know when to be sad. You have to know when to be mad. You have to know when to mourn. You have to know when to argue, when to be surprised, when to be shocked, when to be upset. You have to know all these things, and you have to keep all these things in balance and make sure they make sense at the end. And this is how you do it with a poker face. Blue Diamond, if this actually was true, and Blue Diamond did shatter her own sister, and this theory's true, she has the best poker face ever. When I forgot her name, I'm gonna call her Moonhead because I forgot her name. But when Moonhead brings up the fact that they might have done it, she was shocked, kind of upset, but nowhere near Yellow Diamond. Yellow Diamond, if she did, that's the bad way to do it because that's just insane way to say you did something. But Blue Diamond, that's the interesting way to do it. And plus, when she started to say all these things, Blue Diamond started to get surprised and started to go like, yeah, I want to know the truth, I want to know the truth. Which anybody would want to know. Yellow Diamond, on the other hand, was like, no, I don't want to know, I don't want to know, blah, 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 you know, blocking her ears. But Blue Diamond was like, I want to know the truth. Which is, again, poker face. Because you want to know the truth, everybody else wants to know the truth, so you better want to know the truth too, you know? And when Steven said, I probably shattered her with the breaking point, Blue Diamond gets angry and upset and says it was a sword. Again, if everybody knows the weapon was this, and the person that you're accusing says this, you'll get upset and you'll get angry at that, and you might realize that it wasn't them. But that's, again, another reason to think that, like, Blue Diamond, that's a poker face, if I've ever seen one. But it might not be a poker face. But I'm just saying, that is a perfect opportunity to get that kind of rage and upset. And then when they start, like, explaining, like, who did it, she gets excited and, like, kind of upset. But she's interesting to learn who actually did it. And that's, like, the perfect poker face. You want to know who did it. And you want to hopefully throw suspicion off of you. That's the whole reason to have a poker face is to throw suspicion off of you, and just to put it on somebody else, like Yellow Diamond, wink wink. So that is the third and final thing I'm gonna mention in the how to get away with murder. Don't use this to actually murder somebody. There are a few more things, but I'm not going to tell you them because then I'd be telling you wrong things. Plus, I never murdered anybody, so I don't know exactly how to do it myself, although I could think of a few ways, and I have heard of a few ways. But I'm not going to say any more than those 3 things, okay? But anyways, the poker face. If Blue Diamond is using the poker face, she's the best damn user of that poker face. And you might be thinking, well, why would they even have a trial? Why wouldn't Blue Diamond just agree with Yellow Diamond if she was using this poker face? And let's just go on the assumption that she did do it, that she did murder her sister, and that she wants to, have this trial anyways for some odd reason. And she doesn't just go with her sister and say, yeah, shatter her because, I didn't do it, so shatter her. I could see that happening, and I could see them going like, yeah, shatter her and be done with it, and then Blue Diamond's off the hook forever. But then again, maybe Blue Diamond's a cocky, narcissistic ass who's like, I want to see if I can beat my own system, I want to see if I can beat the system that I helped create. Which would be very interesting to see if Blue Diamond was that manipulative and actually was the one that shattered her. I would actually want to see that plot twist. That's actually a pretty good plot twist. So if this turns out to be true, let it known I was one of the people that said it was. But personally, I still don't think that she did it. But if she did, goddamn, Blue Diamond, you have that poker face. And as I said, if the trial was anything if she did and the trial was something that she wanted to have happen, again, maybe she's getting too cocky, maybe she's getting too confident. But anyways, why would she shatter Pink Diamond? Let's think. Maybe she did the same reason that... Maybe it was the same reasons that Yellow Diamond would have done it. Because she didn't like the way she was running the war, or maybe she didn't like the way she was running the planet, or maybe they wanted more power, or maybe she was interested in the cluster, or maybe she had some kind of organic power, and obviously no one likes that, except for Pink Diamond. But anyways, those are my thoughts. I don't think she did, but I think that if she did, she has the best poker face ever, and she's one of the best actors ever. But pretty interesting to think about that if Blue Diamond did, you gotta think she has a very good poker face and a very good alibi. You gotta think that way. But anyways, let's move on to Yellow Diamond. Let's move on to White Diamond. Let's see what we have to say about White Diamond, huh? Okay, so let's move on to White Diamond and also Pink Diamond after this one. These two are probably going to be very hard, especially White Diamond. I have a few theories on Pink Diamond, but we'll get to that later. But White Diamond especially, because we don't know much about White Diamond and Pink Diamond. Unlike Blue Diamond and Yellow Diamond, we could theorize why they would shatter their own sister. Because Yellow Diamond is a very, militarized, rude, rash person, and Blue Diamond, again, if she did shatter her, that poker face. But anyways, White Diamond and Pink Diamond, we don't know much about. We don't know why she would, if she did shatter her, why would she? And, just because we don't know much about her, All we know about White Diamond is that she exists, and that Pink Diamond did exist. We know that they're both a part of the Diamond Authority, or I should say that White Diamond is a part of the Diamond Authority, and Pink Diamond was a part of the Diamond Authority. We know that we've heard their names we've heard their names once. I know we heard Pink Diamond's name more than once. White Diamond's name, I'm pretty sure we heard at least once. So we know that they exist, obviously. Or did exist, whatever. We know that White Diamond is most likely on top of all the diamonds. She's like the queen of all diamonds. And Pink Diamond was most likely at the bottom of all diamonds, but still a diamond in her own right. And that's pretty much all we can assume off of White Diamond and Pink Diamond. So we don't know much about either of them. But White Diamond in particular, we don't know a hell of a lot about. we've heard a lot of stuff about Pink Diamond, but hardly anything about White Diamond. So, why would White Diamond shatter her own sister? Let's think about this. Maybe White Diamond. Let's look back to Yellow Diamonds and Blue Diamonds. Maybe Pink Diamond wasn't running the army well enough. Maybe Pink Diamond wanted to solve the war peacefully. And maybe they were interested in the cluster. Obviously, the cluster is something that is a big thing. And Pink Diamond probably did not want the cluster to happen because this was her first colony. Unless it happened after she was destroyed. We're not super sure on that part. But if it was going to be happening when she was alive and she was against it, that could have been a definite motivator. And plus, they could have been embarrassed about the way she was running the army and the way that she was, like about to make a peaceful relationship maybe. I'm just assuming at this point that might have been one of Pink Diamond's things where she wanted to make it more peaceful. And plus, Pink Diamond seemed to have liked organic life a lot more than the rest of the gems. I guess Blue Diamond to a lesser extent because she seems to not mind organic life. But Yellow Diamond hates organic life. For reasons. I don't know what reason that is. It might be because her sister was shattered because of organic life. Or it might be because she just doesn't like organic life, And I assume that White Diamond might be that way. She might hate organic life too. And I assume that Pink Diamond had organic powers. And by that I mean like she could control like trees and stuff. And maybe she could even bring like plants to life like Rose Quartz could in Steven Universe. And Steven could. He can, I should say, not could. He can. So maybe she could do stuff like that. And maybe that's one of the reasons why the Diamonds were so ashamed of her and disgusted about her. But we don't know much about her, so we don't know why she would shatter her. And there's only really two things I speculate about her that I think are true. And the first thing is, I think that she has Pearl's power to project and hologram herself, because Pearl's the only one that we've seen to ever do that. We haven't seen Garnet, Amethyst, or Steven, or Rose do it. So I'm thinking that that's a thing that Pearl has specifically. And I'm thinking that White Diamond might have a similar power to that. And also, a lot of people say that Pink Diamond probably had fire powers. I disagree. I think it's White Diamond that has the fire powers. I think that Pink Diamond had organic, like nature powers, and White Diamond had like these fire powers, and fire powers goes against nature, whatever. But I just think White Diamond had fire powers. I just throwing that out there. Those are the only two things I can really speculate on what she actually has, But other than that, I don't really see any point of her shattering her sister, because we've never seen the girl in person. We don't know her personality. We don't know who she is. We don't know what her opinions are, Like, she could be just like Yellow Diamond, very militaristic and rude and rash. Or she could be like Blue Diamond, always blue. Pardon the pun. Or she could be, maybe she's happy and buoyant all the time. I don't know. Or maybe she's just nonchalant and apathetic towards everything. There's a bunch of possibilities of what her actual, what she actually is, and I don't know any of them. But, whatever, I guess. And if she did shatter Pink Diamond, she could have worked with Rose Quartz again. And again, it would be more like Yellow Diamond and Blue Diamond. If they were working with Rose Quartz, it would be very deceitful. Because they probably said stuff like, oh, we'll be off the planet much sooner. And they probably said, you can have this planet and all your friends and stuff, but then they corrupted them. And they also put the cluster in the middle of the world, which would destroy it. So, I'm sure if they worked together with Rose Quartz, they probably told her a bunch of bullshit to make her shatter, basically an obstacle in their way. Which could have happened, obviously. But Pink Diamond, who knows who shattered her at this point. And I don't know what reason White Diamond would have to shatter her. Maybe it was a struggle for power. I don't know. But anyways, That's all I can say about white diamond. So let's move on to pink diamond. And I do have some good theories on pink diamond. At least I personally think I do. I'll try to get into all of them, and I'll try to get to them more coherently, you know. But anyways, pink diamond. So, the final diamond, pink diamond. Why would she shatter herself? Well, obviously she wouldn't shatter herself, but why would she aid in the shattering of herself? So first, let's think of why she would aid her sisters in shattering her. So, I think personally that in the war, if this were to happen, the war would have to be going pretty bad, and there would have to be a lot of gems going to Rose Quartz's side. And she probably thought that if she was shattered by Rose Quartz, someone who at this point was probably known to not shatter gems, she probably thought that if she was shattered, Rose Quartz's image would be shattered with her. Kind of like saying like, oh well, like you might be the good guy, but now you're the bad guy, sort of thing, because now everybody knows that you're a hypocrite and you're a bastard. Right? So maybe that's one of the reasons she thought, like, yeah, I'll get shattered by Rose Quartz, and then everybody will think that she's a hypocrite. Which makes me think that she went up to one of her sisters and said, like, help me get myself shattered by Rose Quartz, because then everybody will see Rose Quartz as a monster, you know? And you think, like, well, what would Rose Quartz, like, let me think how to say this. She'd probably want herself to be a martyr. I'm saying it close enough to the word. Whatever, that's what she probably thinks is going to happen once she's shattered. That all of her soldiers and all of her court is going to see this, is going to be disgusted by it, and, you know, just go towards the diamond's ideals even more. Because they just saw their diamond shattered. Kind of like Jasper, she just went to the diamond's ideals even more after she was shattered. Which is, like, a great thing to do. Become a martyr in your own, like, gem faction, you know. So that's probably what she thought would happen. And plus she thought it would slander Rose Quartz, obviously. So she went up to one of her sisters and asked them to help shatter her. Either by themselves or to help her trick Rose Quartz into shattering her. Again, because they probably told Rose Quartz that they would leave quicker and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that if that was the case, that she went up to one of her sisters, asked them to help her get shattered by Rose Quartz, so she could run Rose Quartz's name through the dirt, and also become a martyr to her fellow gems, so they could fight against Rose Quartz, because I'm assuming Rose Quartz's side was getting too much support. Just too much gems going over there. And then, let's move to the opposite side of this. Why would Pink Diamonds want Rose Quartz to shatter her? So, let's say Pink Diamond only doing this war because of the other diamonds. She doesn't actually want to do this war. She wants to keep Earth the way it is, and she's a secret rebel sort of thing. So she wants to keep Earth the way it is. She doesn't want to destroy organic life. She wants to keep it alive. And again, the diamonds don't care about organic life. They just want another colony. So she goes up to Rose and says that I know the perfect way to get, like, rid of the diamonds. You have to shatter me. And again, this would run Rose Quartz's name through the dirt, but it would also do something else. It would make Rose Quartz into a victor, like a hero. A person that could basically shatter a god. Because the diamonds, in my mind, are looked at as gods almost in the Steven Universe. They're looked at as almost godlike like beings. They have godlike powers, and they're looked at as just like the one overall being. And for a soldier, a Rose Quartz sword, not even a diamond, to shatter a diamond would be unthinkable. it would just be so incredible, because you basically be known as a god slayer, you know, like I basically killed a dragon. You know, you'd be known as a god slayer. Which would bring a lot more support to Rose Quartz, because a lot of gems would be like, we're terrified of the diamonds, we can't defeat the diamonds, like no one can defeat the diamonds. But then all of a sudden this one lady just shattered one of the diamonds, and they're like, holy shit, maybe we can defeat the diamonds. I guess diamonds not the only thing that can defeat diamonds, you know, now we can fight against the diamonds. So it makes her into kind of like this hero that can fight against the gods, basically the self-righteous assholes, the gods. Which is pretty interesting to think about, like if that was the plan. Like, you shatter me and you become the hero that they need. You can fight against the gods for them. Which is pretty interesting to think about. So it's either she did it to become a martyr and to help the diamonds, or she did it to help Rose Quartz and become like a sign that the diamonds can be defeated, the diamonds can be shattered, they can be destroyed by another thing other than a diamond. Because everybody at this point think only a diamond can shatter a diamond, but if Rose Quartz can shatter a diamond, probably any other gem with the right equipment can shatter a diamond. You know, like the breaking point. But Rose Quartz probably did it with pure force and her sword alone. But this brings up questions. Is Pink Diamond actually shattered? Because if Rose Quartz and Pink Diamond were actually working together, I doubt she would actually shatter her. She'd probably just do an illusion where she pretend to shatter her, and Pink Diamond is somewhere on Earth, maybe corrupted, or maybe just poofed and bubbled, you know? Maybe she's just on Earth somewhere just hiding out, and we'll see her by the end of the series, and we'll find out that she was been alive this whole time. You know, and we find out that the reason why she got shattered by Rose Quartz is because she wanted to protect the humanity, and she also wanted to free her fellow gems that she thought were being enslaved by this dictatorship that she didn't want to be a part of anymore, you know? So maybe that's one of the reasons. And Rose Quartz actually didn't shatter her. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe the diamonds didn't shatter her and they just bubbled her somewhere. Or maybe she's just hiding on one of the colonies. Maybe one of the yellows, maybe one of the whites, maybe one of the blues even. You know, it's very interesting to think about this. If she was part of the plan to shatter herself, is she actually shattered? And why would she do it, you know? Did she do it to save gems from a dictatorship and also to save humanity and like organic life on Earth? Or did she do it to become a martyr and save the diamond hierarchy system and just try to make sure that system stays in place? I would like to think it's the Rose Quartz thing. I would like to think that Pink Diamond was with Rose Quartz, but then again, she is a diamond, so I don't know, but she was at the bottom, so that could be one of the reasons why she was just like, no, this is wrong. Maybe she wasn't treated as good as the other diamonds. But Blue Diamond seemed to be really attached to her, so I doubt that. But I don't know. I hope she's with Rose Quartz if this theory does come out to be true. But anyways, that's the video. The whole video. A little bit long, isn't it? But I hope you enjoy it, and I hope one of these theories do come true. I kind of hope the Blue Diamond one does come true, because that'd be a really interesting plot twist. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. And if Pink Diamond's still alive, Pink Diamond's still alive. Rose Quartz might have done it. She might have been tricked into doing it, or she might have just did it because Pink Diamond wanted her to do it. But anyways, that is my theory video / speculation video. Hope you liked it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace. Hey guys, this is the outro. Just want to remind you that if you want to subscribe, you can press the circle, or if you want to watch another video, you can press the square. And also, if you like the video, give a like, leave a comment, share it. As always, my friends, stay sane.